Well, good morning. Here we are once again. It is Garden America, back with your garden buddies. I'm Brian Main, John Begnasco, Tiger Palafox, broadcasting live this week as we were 2 weeks ago from Mission Hills Nursery, Mission Hills, San Diego, California. This operation here, born back in 1910. That's for another day, another story. But we're back broadcasting live. And again, welcome. Do you want your mic?
John was back in
I need to use a mic. Every week it's something different.
It's been a while since John's done this, couple of weeks.
It's something different with you guys every week.
But we are back, Tiger. And Tiger, this is quite a setup. It should be simple, but we've had to work through a lot of situations, problems, Wi-Fi, so on and so forth. How are you feeling about the setup this week, Tiger?
Why are you talking to me while I'm trying to work here?
Oh, that's true, huh? Too many things.
Everything seems to be running just smoothly right now. Really enjoying it.
I'm sure John's monitoring Facebook Live. We'll see the questions in the comments. And a big welcome to Biz Talk Radio. Thank you for tuning in, or at least, not only tuning in, but obviously taking care of us every weekend, putting us on the air nationally. I want to thank Stephanie and her crew for being very patient with us, running several reruns over the past month or so when needed. So thank you, Stephanie. Thank you to Biz Talk Radio.
What'd you do in your patio this week?
Oh, I swept, I cleaned, I watered, and I trimmed.
Good job. Full service.
Trimming like pruning?
I didn't even think about that. I knew what I did. Yeah. I got to give credit to Dana, though. Dana's kind of taken over out there because we both like the birds and the wildlife, okay? Yeah. But that's her deal, buying seed every week, feeding the birds, the finches, the doves.
I thought your wildlife was for when you were younger.
No, we're extending it, actually. but so anyway, so she takes care of the fountain now. She cleans the fountain, makes sure that the algae is cleaned out. She fills it up, and we have another dove that's right above us in a hanging succulent basket that's going to have some more babies.
It's nice to see that the magic never goes out of your relationship, because Dana just posted you're sounding a little hot.
Ah.
A little hot. Okay, we can bring that down then, can't we?
Yeah.
We can just, there. Do you want to do it here?
Do it here.
A little hot and distorted.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We were playing with that before the show, and then you told me right before the show to adjust it up, and see that's where
adjust it back down again. Go ahead, bring it down.
I did. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, a little more.
All right. Let us know how that is. Still working out some of the kinks, not to be confused with the music group, John, in the 60s.
The Kinks, yeah.
Right. Now, I want to. How can I put? I'm just going to put it. Okay. I came across a bookie in town who is aware of our situation.
A bookie?
A bookie. He's aware of our situation as far as some technical problems that we've had.
He's taking bets on whether or not we'll finish the show without a problem?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can either bet that the show is going to go smooth for the entire hour, or you can bet that it's going to go halfway and cut off halfway. Never get on the air at all. And I think there was one more. And there's odds to each one of those.
Oh, I'm sure. And there's a whole population out there that totally is betting on us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a fun bet.
All right. So
Dana's prop bets as far as whether John's phone will be on when the show starts.
When the show starts.
Prop bets on what hat Brian will be wearing.
It's the same one. I love this hat. You know, I've got picked. This hat came to.
You wear different hats.
This one. You mean as far as my job?
Yeah.
That's very good. No, but this. I looked at pictures of us 10 years ago in Europe.
You had the same hat?
Same hat. Hawaii, same hat. Dana tried to go online to buy another one of these. I got this in Palm Springs years ago. Can't find them anymore.
Well, it says 1936 Palm Springs.
Isn't that a great hat? I love this hat.
I don't think they're making another 1936.
Yeah. No, but
Palm
the same
Springs.
company. Anyway, we're getting off track. John, you got the quote of the week. Anything else, Tiger, you want to mention before we blast off this morning?
No, let's go to the quote of the week.
Okay, quote of the week, John.
Okay, Brian, the quote. August brings katydids, elderberries, blackberry pie, and goldenrod. August is just another 31 days of concentrated summer, but it certainly gets one in condition to appreciate fall when it arrives. Good old August will take it. Some of us will like it.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes, some of us.
Because I want to ask you guys what you think about this.
That was, by the way, Hal Borland.
About the quote of the week or August?
Well, August. Okay, this is August 2nd, obviously. Yes. We've had a pretty mild summer so far.
Don't jinx it. Why? That's like talking to the pitcher during the no-hitter, man.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
Why did you just jinx that?
I don't believe in that.
It's been an amazing summer.
Why do we keep getting the little ringing here on your
Because
phone.
Dana's talking about the audio. She says we can bring the audio down a little bit more.
Oh,
we're trying to adjust it. And once we're in that sweet spot, we will know. Anyway, here's my. I don't believe in the voodoo stuff and the bad luck and all. I don't get. We've had a pretty mild summer so far. However, I bet August, September, and October is going to make up for that with the heat.
You think so?
Well, otherwise, don't you?
I think
it's been-
October's always our hottest month.
Yeah, but usually even in July, we've got some pretty hot days.
We did
and
have a mild July.
it's been manageable.
Yeah. You know what I did
Manageable.
last week? We're going to take a break pretty soon, right?
In 5 minutes. See that
Really?
right there? That's how long we have in this segment.
Wow. Well, then I want to tell you what I did last week.
John's aware of the clock now. He knows how much time we have in the segments.
I have, I planted 3 avocado trees.
You know, you live in an area that used to be an avocado farm.
Well, my property used to be a grove.
Right.
Avocado grove, right.
It was a groovy grove, is from what I recall.
Well, it lost its grooviness.
John's Groovy Grove Avocados.
And I planted 3, and I planted some unusual varieties.
Not the basic Haas, not the Fuerte, right?
No, neither Haas nor Fuerte.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not either one of those.
Right. I planted Marcus pumpkin, which I planted just for curiosity because I've never seen one, and the avocados get up to 3 pounds.
What?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Marcus pumpkin?
Never.
Avocado?
Never.
I went to high school with a Marcus pumpkin, but never an avocado.
I think that was your nickname for him, wasn't it?
Pumpkin. Yeah. Pumpkin.
And I planted Russell, which... Why
You know
are you
All the
laughing?
avocados are named after people.
You know what? This is getting a little weird.
It's
But
Marcus and Russell.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I planted a Russell, which has it has a really elongated neck, looks like a Don Galagli,
There's
except
another name.
except even bigger.
Don, Russell, and
Would-
Marcus.
But would I think some people would those gourds, those long neck
Yeah,
gourds?
like
That's
a long neck
That's like a
gourd.
good description. I think most people know what that is versus a Don
Galagli.
Galagli.
I just saw that Louis' Nursery had Don Galagli in their listing, but they said check for availability, and they didn't have one. And then the other I planted was Queen. And you might know Queen, right?
As in the band?
No.
No,
As in the band, but not
Yeah.
not the same thing. The
because Freddie Mercury avocado was already taken.
there is a Freddie Mercury rose. Did you know that? It's
I believe
of course
it. I
there
believe
is.
it.
yeah, it's a sport of Tina Turner. It's true. You look at me like I'm joking, but
No,
it's
I-
true.
We never know. We
I
never
just
know.
love how you connect the dots here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. Go ahead.
And Queen came out in the early 1900s. Like it was introduced into the U.S. I think it's from Guatemala.
What year? Because this place has been here since 1910.
Well, this was 1914.
Oh, right around
So-
the same time.
Yeah,
Right.
same time as the nursery. Even though it was an older one, but introduced in the U.S. And I planted Queen because it is not as big as the others, but it can get to be close to 2 pounds and is similar in flavor to a Haas. So those are the 3 I planted. Now I have 3 more to plant,
Oh yeah.
and I'll be done.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I put them on the hill behind the house,
Yeah.
which required a lot of work.
Did it?
Yeah, because it's pretty steep, and when you're 75 and you go to dig a hole,
You mean
on
the,
a
temper-
s-
the
on a s-
temperature is 75 degrees outside?
No.
Oh,
The
how is
gardener.
I have a funny hole digging story this week too.
You know, I haven't heard a funny hole digging story in years.
Oh, I hear them all the time.
Do you?
Oh,
So
yeah.
your holes for your avocados on a slope. Obviously, you got to dig into the hillside. Whenever you're planting on a slope, you have to dig into the hillside,
Right,
cut yourself out a nice little shelf to be able to plant whatever it is, right?
right.
Okay, so I went to a customer's house this week up in Santa Luz. No. Is that the area you used to live
You
in?
got about a minute
Duluth.
until the
Duluth.
Duluth.
Okay, when we get back, I'm
We
going
got
to tell
about a
you.
minute. Okay.
It's going to take me a little bit longer because
Okay.
it's a pretty interesting story. John's going to be shocked.
What about
Really?
when you're planning on the hill as far as getting it level too?
Well, so you got to cut into the hillside to create a shelf.
Okay.
So when you plant the plant just doesn't either fall over and it retains moisture.
Okay, right,
water
right,
when
right.
you're watering in it, because otherwise it'll just
it'll
keep falling
drain
down
away.
the hill.
It'll drain
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take a break. During the break we're going to check a few technical aspects, audio, video, so on and so forth. But a quicker break for Facebook Live, a longer break for Biz Talk Radio. I want to thank Fertilome, our major sponsor. So messages coming your way if you're on Biz Talk Radio, quicker on Facebook Live. Do stay with us. It's Garden America from Mission Hills Nursery here in San Diego. I'm Brian Main, John Bagnasker, Tiger Palafox, back after these messages, as we mentioned from. All right, we are back after that break, adjusting a few things. Do let us know how things sound. Now, before the break here on Garden America, we were talking about planting on slopes, and Tiger's going to give us some insight on exactly what John's been doing, what John should have done, what John may do, and overall how you do plant on a slope.
I'm prepared to be shocked, Tiger.
Yeah.
You will be blown away by this, because what were the size avocados that you planted on your slope? 5 gallon, 1 gallon, 15s?
Yes. Not a 15. I planted a 5 gallon, a 2 gallon, and for some reason, I put one in a long citrus pot.
Did you?
Why? I have no idea.
Because avocados love deep tap roots, like citrus.
Yeah, like it's just the opposite
Exactly.
of what it needed.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking at that time.
So on John's slope, John is on a freshly cut pad.
Right.
And on that slope, that hill is mostly made up of like DG that was pushed over the side and graded.
You know
now,
what? I was surprised at how easy it was to dig a hole, though.
Okay.
And I think it's because your guys took that berm
and pushed it
down the hill.
And that's what I was kind of getting at. You probably dug down a ways, which was easy.
Right.
But then it became kind of hard.
Right.
So after you get maybe like a foot or two, it becomes hard.
Yeah.
So I went to a customer's house in Duluth, which is up near Murrieta, Temecula area, up in the hills.
I used to live there.
Exactly. And very hard-packed soil up there, lots of rock, lots of DG. And it was a 24-inch box.
Oh, my gosh.
And I
hill.
I get off the exit for this customer. So I've already driven for 45 minutes, and I'm exiting the freeway. I'm like,
there's no turning back.
I forgot my jackhammer. Like, I have a 30-pound jackhammer to help me dig
which
holes.
you used a lot at my house.
And I use it almost every job I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
You could have come and borrowed mine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, oh, no. So
this is as you're pulling off.
yes. So I'm just like, you know what? I've got a shovel and a pick in the back of my truck, and some other tools, but we'll see what happens. So I show up.
He did have the song "Working on a Chain Gang," which would help.
I show up, and so I meet the customer. He shows me where he wants this avocado tree. There hasn't been anything planted in the area that I'm going to plant this tree ever. 20 years, untouched soil,
right?
Nothing. Okay, so I'm like, oh, even worse, right? Just dreading it. I don't have my jackhammer. And the lucky thing about it, but not having my jackhammer, is that it was also, I planted very far from any power source, so I probably wouldn't be able to use my jackhammer anyways, because I would have
a good way to rationalize it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I start digging in, and the funniest thing happens. I hit rocks immediately.
Right.
Don't even get 2 inches under the soil. My shovel hits a rock. And but it's almost like dust sand with rocks in it. So I scoop out a rock, I get to the next area, scoop out a rock, and the soil's just falling away. I don't even have to dig. All I have to do is move rocks, and the hole just appears, kind of a thing. It was
almost like it just caved in on itself.
Yes, it's like you're at the beach, and the hole just keeps getting bigger because you just keep pulling rocks.
Right.
It was the easiest dig I've ever done
for
in my
24-inch, a 24-inch box.
box.
Oh my gosh!
I just pulled out rocks after rocks, but these were big rocks, like 1 to 2 foot rocks. So I had to really pry them out. But it was the most shocking.
Did you have help? Anybody with you?
No, I was all alone.
And the owner of the house had no idea what's going on. He's in the house, and you're just out there.
Exactly. He thought because when you sometimes see a property that has rocks, you can see that giant boulder.
Right.
And I was planting right next to it. So that boulder, it's like an iceberg. That boulder could have been right where I was digging to.
And it was an avocado, you said?
No, this
No.
was a Palo Verde.
Oh,
Yeah, but
well, that's a good spot for that.
I lucked out.
Yeah.
I lucked out so much. Yes.
You know, on avocados, do you remember before you were born, Tiger? Do you remember anything? There was avocado planting craze here in Fallbrook, and here now in Southern California, in Fallbrook, and they used to say if you can dig a hole, the avocado will grow there. So that was the only object to, because they planted them on hillsides everywhere.
Yeah.
If you drive up Highway 15, there's just
super steep slope.
Yeah, and they just said, if you can get the hole and get the avocado in it, it's going to grow.
I'm still wrapping my head around a 2-pound avocado.
3 pound.
3 pound. That's even worse, or even better. Really? Well, that would be the avocado you'd make guacamole during Super Bowl for everybody.
Except I'm not sure about the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
really. And is it runny?
Well, see, some of those big avocados are like that.
Yeah.
That's the type they
That's
like
the
in
trade-off.
Florida. They think that California avocados are too oily.
Let me show you guys something. I brought these in too. Since we were speaking about large avocados, I brought you guys some limes from my lime tree. But that's a good sized lime, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what kind of lime, though?
This is Bears. So
I'll take it.
Almost the lime lemon.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's from your backyard.
That's from my backyard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. How many did you bring?
4 or 5.
All right. Take
So-
a couple.
Exactly.
2,
You
right?
can make your guacamole with those.
I can't touch them.
You don't like limes?
I can't touch them, literally.
Why?
You're allergic to lime skin?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I have photophytodermatitis.
Don't do it.
Photophytodermatitis.
Right.
Is it only limes? No, or citrus?
It's mainly limes. No, citrus doesn't bother me at all, but mainly limes.
What is it in the lime that affects you?
The molecules.
It's always the molecules, isn't it?
Always.
I think I told the story on air about how that happened. You don't remember, Brian? You've got a great memory. I was out. I was living in Bonsall at the time, and we had lime trees. And I went out and cut the limes. I was working outside all day, and I came in the house, and my whole chest, stomach, arms, legs were itching, and I started to break out. And I thought,
This is it.
I thought it was poison oak. No, I thought it was poison oak because we had
So
poison
quick
oak
to
on the
give up.
property, but I'm not
I'm done.
I'm not allergic to poison ivy, or I thought poison oak, but obviously it was different. And after 2 or 3 days, I went to the doctor.
Yeah,
And-
wait the 2 or 3 days. That's what they recommend. Go
Well,
ahead.
it wasn't clearing up, and I had gone back out and was pruning my limes. So I went to the doctor, and he said, "Well, looks like you got poison oak." And I said, I really don't think I'm allergic to poison oak. And he says, "Yeah, looks like it." So I said, "No, I'm pretty sure there was no poison oak where I was working." And he said, "Were you working on lime trees?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Out in the sun?" And I go, "Yeah, with no shirt on." He goes, "Well," he said, "you're allergic to limes, and it's activated by sunlight." So
It's a photosynthesis thing
So
going
if you
on.
work on your lime trees at night,
We got to
you're
take a
okay.
break.
it might be okay.
We got to take a break here. All right, this is great. John's lime story. All right, going to take a break for Biz Talk Radio, Facebook Live. We come back even quicker, so do stay with us. Brian Main, John Bagnesco, Tiger Palafox here. Mission Hills Nursery, San Diego. This is okay. We are back from that break. We trust you had a good break. We are outside. It is still overcast, but a very nice day here in San Diego for Mission Hills Nursery. Good to get out and become well adjusted. So we heard about the avocado digging story from Tiger. John with his
Dermatitis.
The other thing I did find out I was allergic to was some tropical fruits. And the way I found that out was we were at the Hotel Del for a weekend and went and laid on the beach, and I did not bring any sunscreen. So I bought a mango sunscreen put it all, all over my body, laid out in the sun. Found out I'm also allergic to mangoes.
Oh, I bet you there's something similar in mango and limes or whatever.
This sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
I don't know.
I lathered myself with mango from top to bottom, all over my body.
Hey, do you remember prior to well, you should remember, it was just a few minutes ago we were, but, it doesn't hurt to check. But we were looking at the picture of the sentimental rose that our buddies Kevin and Terry sent us from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
So pretty.
Yeah, way to go, Kevin and Terry. Very nice picture.
But Kevin said that, let me see if I got it here. He said that he brought it to Coeur d'Alene from Poway, and he had previously brought it to Poway from Ocean Beach.
That's even more impressive.
Yeah, and it loves Coeur d'Alene.
That's awesome.
Wow. But you know what? Coming from Ocean Beach to Poway to Coeur d'Alene, now you're in snow country, and you have to readjust your horticultural thinking, right? I mean,
well, it says a lot about the hardiness of roses, right?
Sure, but I mean, other plants in
Versatility.
general that you're just so used to growing,
Yeah.
and then you move someplace to a cold climate, kind of expect everything to grow, and you're like, well, what happened here? Well, maybe minus 40 happened.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Maybe the wind chill that just breaks off branches happened.
Right? Exactly. Or the icicles that are hanging.
Kevin has a question for you, Tiger, because
Okay.
you're our local radish expert.
Oh yes, definitely.
Love radishes.
He said that he was watching the Food Channel, and he wants to know if you know anything about watermelon radishes.
Watermelon radish.
I've never heard that term. I know there's lots of radishes.
There are a wide variety.
Yeah.
Watermelon?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
If
I mean,
if
I'm wondering-
only we had somewhere you could look it up.
But I mean, there's so many varieties of radish.
Yeah.
I don't know what it.
There's even black radishes. I think it's something they use in Hungarian cooking.
And you know what's
I mean,
funny with
it's
cooking?
it's black. I mean, you're obviously from the deep red to the black. You're talking, right?
It's black.
The whole radish is black.
It's completely black.
It's just the one with the pink with the green skin.
The watermelon
The
radish.
watermelon one.
Oh, what variety? Because
Um,
watermelon is not a variety I've ever seen sold.
Yeah, I mean, Burpee sells it as watermelon.
They do.
Yeah.
Is it a new one then?
I don't think so, but because I've seen it before. It's got the white skin with the pink
Like
inside.
sparkler or something like? Or the whole thing is white?
The whole thing is white. That's a normal radish. I can't remember the name on it, but
Well, there's white icicle, but usually radishes are white inside.
yeah, this one has
Yeah.
pink.
So this
know.
one is
Okay.
white outside and pink inside.
Correct. So
Oh.
yeah, that's the watermelon radish, and Renee's has one also. So yeah, and they call it watermelon. but-
Since I've only tasted probably one radish my whole life, or one variety,
Really?
one variety is what I should say.
Huh.
I'm wondering if these have different taste.
well,
Don't you eat the French breakfast radish?
That's the elongated pink one.
No, I have not tried the elongated pink
Not
one.
even when we were in
In
France.
Well, maybe I don't remember, but I just know the basic radish. So I'm wondering what these taste like.
Yeah, maybe Kevin can say why they use that one on the cooking show, because I mean a lot of times they'll use it just because it looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, as far as
or
that.
maybe it does give a different flavor.
Yeah, but it could give a different flavor.
Do you know the best way to eat radishes? Absolutely the
Here
best.
we go. We're gonna.
We've heard this.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold
Yeah,
on.
this is France.
We've got the extra virgin olive oil, right?
Yeah, and you cut the radishes and oh, you know what? I think we're getting seeds for watermelon radish.
Yeah, look at
even
that.
as we speak.
Oh, we got French breakfast.
Oh.
No, French breakfast, not watermelon.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go, Brian.
That's what you were talking about. French breakfast radishes,
Yeah.
and they are elongated
They are.
and pink, and they're mild.
No, they're not mild. Actually, they're a little spicier.
No, that was in reference to old cigarette commercial.
But anyway,
Come on.
you slice the radishes thin into a bowl and pour pour salt and extra virgin olive oil over them.
Himalayan pink salts or just any salt?
You could probably use any salt, and then you just mix it up and then eat them with a fork.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love radish.
And you know what?
I do too.
Kids like that too.
Now, will these grow in 2 weeks as well?
Yeah, they go fast.
Yeah. Radishes, radishes.
They don't mess around. Plant me and I'm going to grow.
You can even use radishes to mark the rows of slow germinating plants. For instance,
you know where things are.
So you know where they are in the growing cycle?
If you plant a row of carrots, it seems like forever before they germinate.
Right.
But if every foot or so you put in one radish seed, they'll come up right away within a few days.
Right.
So you'll know where that row of carrots is until the carrots come up.
Look at you.
Because otherwise you don't know where to step. And
okay.
All these,
course,
great little, or you can put a little stake in there that says carrots.
You could. Yes.
yeah, but still when you go in
but
there,
that stake doesn't produce a food.
Tiger, when you go to pull weeds or something like that. Hey, since we're talking about the vegetable garden, you guys, are you ready for August 8th?
Yes.
What about you?
August 8th.
Yeah, August 8th
8.
is National Sneak Some Zucchini Onto Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
You know what? I almost posted that on my Facebook page.
Really?
Yes. And that's in the newsletter. And
it's a real day.
It's a real day. Give us a little background.
Well, John's going to give us a lot of background because how many zucchinis did you plant?
I only planted 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you planted more for some reason, but I was going to say
Well,
he's going to be sneaking zucchinis onto everyone.
3 groups, but I planted Costata Romanesco.
That was an Italian actor back in the 40s.
And it was I planted it for several reasons. One is they're not as prolific as regular zucchini. And who needs that many zucchini? So I planted 3 hills. They're called hills, but they're not actually on a hill. It's just like a grouping. 3, and there's probably 3 plants in each, so 9, 12 plants, something like that. But because I planted so late, mine are just starting to develop.
Yeah.
And I think because Costata Romanesco is a lot meatier and not as watery as regular zucchini, I don't think they grow as fast. And, because with regular zucchini, you see it one day and the next day it's too big to pick. You literally have to go out there in the night, right? Just to get it at the right size. Yeah.
You have to be just watching next to it.
Yeah.
So,
but also, and when we talked about this, Brian, we saw them selling flowers.
Yes.
In Italy at the vegetable stand.
Right.
Costata Romanesco flowers. And I wish I would have taken a picture, but I went out in my garden probably about 4 or 5 days ago, and they were the prettiest flowers, like a whole bouquet of them. Just
orangish, yellowish flower, just like the squash.
Right, but big, really big ones. That's why they're sold, is because they're used for
stuffing, right? They
dipping them in egg batter in breadcrumbs and frying them. Yeah.
Ricotta cheese, I think, or something like that. They usually will stuff them with too, and
I've never seen that, so I don't know. But then I have had them one time, just battered and fried. Yeah, and they were pretty good.
Anything battered and fried is good.
I was going to say,
right?
I've said this story before where I was at a fundraiser function, and they battered and fried fig leaves and then had like a cheese and like a balsamic on top of it.
Wow.
Spectacular. A fig leaf. Like, I would never think to just eat a fig leaf. They're kind of hard and leathery a little bit.
There's people, and this goes back to the dawn of time when they're thinking, I wonder what that would taste like.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to taste it and see if I die. If I don't die, how can I make the taste better?
How can I batter and fry it?
Yeah.
What kind of batter do I put on this and then dip it in animal fat oil to make it taste better?
Do you like escargot?
I've had them before, and I could not eat them today because they're usually in a garlic sauce.
Yeah.
And I can't eat garlic anymore, but I did like them when I had them.
I loved it, and obviously I loved it because of the garlic sauce and the butter and everything else. You wouldn't know what you were eating.
No. That's the thing is, people get all funky about eating snails, but you can't tell what it is.
You can't tell what it is.
Under all that butter and garlic.
But I can tell you we've got a break coming up. And if you're tuned in on Biz Talk Radio, we have one more segment coming up before the top of the hour. Then we come back at 6 minutes after. Facebook Live, we keep on rolling. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to take a break. This is Garden America from Mission Hills Nursery. Okay, hey, we are back. How about that? Surprise, surprise. Final segment of hour one on Biz Talk Radio, Facebook Live. You know the story. You know how things are here. We just keep on rolling right along. Mission Hills Nursery. We're talking about next week a show from John's study, John's library, John's home studio.
Or maybe outside.
Yeah.
Or maybe outside.
Because it's been so nice, like we were talking about. This weather, I mean, I drove up to Fallbrook yesterday to have a meeting with my crew, and this was the weather in Fallbrook yesterday morning.
This here.
Just cool,
Yeah.
a little drizzly, just so nice.
There's about a week of hot weather coming up, though. Like high, and by hot, I just mean high 80s, maybe a couple
But
low
see,
High
90s.
80s is okay.
But do you think it'll start in the morning? Because that's always the most
No, not
difficult.
usually in the morning.
I was going to say, when
Right.
it's cool in the morning and then it gets hot, that's not a bad thing. It's when you wake up in the morning and you walk outside and it's 85 degrees already. That's the difficult part.
Speaking of earthquakes and tsunamis. So
segue.
remember a couple of
Good
weeks
job.
ago I told you that Alexa gives us notifications?
Oh, yeah, she must have been going off.
So she'll say there's a high surf advisory for Scripps Ranch. Well, Scripps Ranch, where I live, is nowhere near the beach. It's probably 30, 40 miles from the beach.
Yeah.
So when that earthquake happened in what, Japan or someplace?
No, it was Russia.
Oh, I'm
Russia.
sorry, Russia, eastern part of Russia.
Right.
So there was a tsunami that developed, obviously. So we got
One of the largest earthquakes ever recorded.
Yeah,
8.8.
Yeah.
except the one in Alaska, I think, was in '64 was a little stronger. But nevertheless, we were getting tsunami warnings in Scripps Ranch.
Yes. Everybody was getting tsunami.
I don't
You didn't run to the hills?
No, we didn't run to the hills.
That would be a really big tsunami
That would be
if it
massive,
affected
right?
you at Scripps Ranch.
That would be bye-bye.
Yeah.
That would be bye-bye. Yeah, that was quite an earthquake. And, of course, the tsunami came down
What
the
group was
coast.
that?
What, tsunami?
Bye-bye.
Oh, Backstreet Boys?
This is
Bye,
Backstreet-
bye, bye.
Yeah,
You know what? Those boy bands, that was after me.
after your time.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry.
What? But your boy bands were the Beatles, the Monkees.
They weren't called boy bands.
They were boy bands.
But they
Yeah,
weren't.
but they weren't called
They
that.
weren't
Yeah, but
boy
they
bands.
were.
That's a
boy
big
bands.
difference.
No, there's not.
Yeah, big difference.
No,
Of course,
there's
it's
not.
I don't. Gosh.
Hey,
What else was-
Carla says that she has rose pots on an area of pavers that's surrounded by rubber bark mulch.
Uh-huh.
And don't judge her for that.
Wait, what? Okay, rubber.
Yeah, you know what they use, the rubber mold.
Like they
okay,
use
okay,
on
sure, all right.
playgrounds
Playgrounds
and
and
things
things
like
like
that.
Oh, I like. You know what?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of soft.
Yeah.
right. And she
Okay,
wants to know,
okay.
Tiger, can she sprinkle preen in the cracks between the pavers to help keep the weeds down?
No.
No?
I mean, number one, remember how preen and those pre-emergents work is that they sit on top of the soil and they release a gas, which that's what prevents the seeds
Right.
from germinating.
Would it expand it?
No, it wouldn't expand it, but I can't imagine.
It might work a little, but what you're saying is you'd almost have to do it before you put the pavers down, right?
Or like, is it? It's the rubber.
Yeah,
So
Right.
I'm wondering if that.
well,
you know
this
what I
is
mean? I'm wondering-
pavers, though. This is pavers.
But she's saying, is the rubber in the cracks of the pavers? Is it because what's in the cracks? If soil,
No, the pavers are. Yeah, the pavers are surrounded by rubber.
right? So
Right.
see, that's what I'm saying. Would that pre-emergent work on a rubber mulch?
You know
I
what
don't-
might be better is if you are. I'm trying to think if there's nothing growing in the ground right there.
Right.
Would be like a soil sterilant,
Yes.
like ground clear
Ground clear.
or something like that, and you could just put it on with a watering can, right?
Yeah, and a lot of the products will say 1 year
1 year,
protection,
right.
ground clear 365,
Right.
or all of that. So if you look for those products, what it is, like what John says, is that's not a pre-emergent like what we're talking about.
Mhm.
It's an actual chemical that you put in the soil, and
Right.
nothing roots
Right.
in there for a year.
Right, and you don't have to rake up the mulch or
Mulch.
anything. Yeah, just pour it right over the top.
Yeah. So I mean, that's really good for using on pathways, DG pathways,
Right.
paver pathways, and all that, where you're not worried about planting in there.
Right, but you would not want to use this around or near a tree where roots are growing
No.
underneath, because
I
it's
think
going to
on the-
be detrimental to,
the
all
roots.
plant life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on the package it tells you how far away from vegetated plants you need to stay away from. So.
Dana wanted to correct you, by the way, Tiger. It was In Sync.
Oh goodness!
You've got your boy bands mixed up.
Thank you, Dana, because yes, I'm so sorry I incorrectly quoted the boy bands. I love how Dana knew though.
So there's Backstreet Boys, In Sync, and New Kids. New Kids on the
that was like one of the originals.
That was the first.
Yeah, New Kids
So-
on the
That was
Block.
Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
Or was he not in there?
One of the
He was the youngest.
yeah. There's a
I
bunch
think
of
he got
Wahlbergs.
in at the end, right?
Yeah. Donnie. That was Donnie
Donnie
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
It was Donnie Wahlberg. I know a little too.
Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch.
I know
That's
a little
Mark.
too much about this, don't I?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Tiger, Joyce says she planted yellow squash, and all of a sudden, one plant gave her green zucchini. She was a little surprised. And,
That's the wonder of gardening.
well, they can mix seeds up
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
easily.
for sure.
And it's usually there's reputable seed companies, and then there's seed companies that sell their seeds just because they're a low price.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to know who you're dealing with. But even in a reputable seed company like a Burpee or Botanical Interest or Renee's, you know, occasionally you can get a seed that doesn't belong in there. You get a bad seed, Brian.
And yeah.
He's a bad seed.
And if you bought the plant from the nursery, okay, any nursery, number one is, you know, when they're all out there on the table and somebody's out there, and sometimes a tag will fall out and somebody will just put a tag back in.
Oh,
not
you're talking
really
about buying the plants,
buying the
not the
plant.
seeds. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just,
Yeah.
they'll just put the tag back into a plant,
Yeah.
and then without, I mean, you know, John's worked at some massive growing grounds before,
Right.
and if that package or that flat of plants is not correctly labeled, it can go its whole life under a name that it is not, right? Because nobody,
Right.
it's hard to know what the plant is until it actually flowers or produces anything.
And I've got to tell you, this was, maybe 40 years ago. There was one wholesaler that will remain nameless.
We're coming
was
up on a break.
Never out of tomato varieties. As long as they had tags.
Yeah,
We're going to take a break for Biz Talk Radio. Top of the hour news is coming up. And if you are on Biz Talk Radio, hour 2, we come back at 6 minutes after. Until then, more Facebook fun here from Mission Hills Nursery. This is Garden America, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. I'm Brian Main. Do stay with us. We're coming, as they say in the business, right back after these messages and top of the hour news on Biz Talk Radio. Well, hey, here we are, hour number 2 on Biz Talk Radio, the continual show happening, of course, all the time. One big loop on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. Questions, comments? Yeah, you're entertaining us with some of your comments in terms of what you thought you bought, what grew, what you didn't buy, but it grew anyway. As we continue here on Garden America from Mission Hills Nursery, thank you. As we podcast, we digitize, we're radio, we're everything, John. We're on Google, we're on Spotify, we're on Alexa, Pandora, you name it. What do you have for us?
I just found a new way to get dizzy. Listening to what you're
to that?
saying there. Yeah.
Stream of consciousness.
Hey, but we'll quickly go back to gardening, but Kevin wanted to point out that the Temptations and the Four Tops were the greatest boy bands ever.
Yeah, you know, I wonder how they were. I'm trying to think back in the '60s how old they would have been. They were probably in their 30s
when they were a boy band.
in
Were
the
they really?
'60s. Sure,
No.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
got to be in their 20s.
Diana Ross was in her late teens,
Okay, remember,
early
these
20s with
people-
the Supremes.
These people were born in the 30s for the most part,
Really?
because for the 30s and 40s. So they could have been mid to late 20s. Could have been. I can find out. You can Google it because this is also a music show.
If they were born in the 30s, how could they be their mid to late 20s in the 60s?
I said 30s or
He said
40s.
30s. He's saying they're older. I thought they were younger.
No, I think they're a little older.
Anyway, John in Newport Beach wants to know what happens if you plant the seeds after the use before date.
Oh, great, right?
Oh,
And he wants to know if there's a rule of thumb for germination.
so what happened? Well, I think, we've had seed packs in our drawers for years.
Yeah.
Some of us, and they're okay, right?
So
yeah,
you-
but it's like if you drink milk the day after it expires. I mean, you wake
What
up dead.
Do you ever stay up till midnight to watch the expiration date?
No, I don't. But anyway, there is a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
And the rule of thumb is that seeds lose 10% germination per year.
Yep.
And what affects that is the variety of seed. For instance, lettuce loses almost 50%. Like within 2 or 3 years, it's no good, generally.
Yeah.
But other seeds, you can plant tomatoes. I've planted tomato seeds that were 15 years old and they still germinated. So it depends how they were stored. If they're kept dry, away from air, sunlight, they last longer.
Well, and also away from air, they can't be completely hermetically sealed,
Right?
Because they do still need to breathe, right? So it's like that happy balance of in your junk drawer at the back of it. That's the most ideal spot for storing seeds.
Yeah, actually, that's where mine were, in the back.
Well, we've talked about how they've found seeds in Egyptian tombs
Right.
that 2,000 years later germinated. So they were kept pretty dry,
Right.
and away from moisture.
And away from light
Yeah.
and moisture, yeah.
So
Exactly.
So it does depend, but if you want to use a general rule of thumb, you can say 10% per year.
Yeah, and so to kind of go with that is if that you do have packages of seeds that are very old and you do want to plant them, what you do is you just put a few more seeds in a hole. So normally, when you're planting seeds, you put two seeds per hole.
Put more.
Just in case one doesn't come up. Well, if they're very old packages, you might put 3 or 4 seeds in that hole. And then, when they do come up, if 2 or 3 do, you can split them out and divide them and go from there. But at least you don't have an empty hole when you're planting them. So just put a few more seeds in the hole and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And if you're really lucky, they all come up, even though they're expired, and you just have a lot more plants.
It was like the sesame seeds that John gave me a couple of years ago. Nothing happened. You had the same thing too. You said, I don't know what's going to happen. They may grow or may not. You got them on. Where'd you get them on?
Sesame seeds.
Yeah, I remember those
Yeah.
seeds the rose seeds you ordered
yeah.
that came in.
Yeah, and
No, you didn't order the rose
I
seeds.
didn't
They just
order
came
those.
in. They
I
just
wouldn't
came.
fall for that.
No, what was that?
No.
Mickey Mouse.
It was a scam, remember?
It was a scam.
They just
I
ship
told you that
seeds.
from the
and
beginning.
you
It was a
gave it.
scam.
No, you said go ahead and plant them. I don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They say they're rose seeds, but they're probably not. Go ahead and plant them.
I don't remember
You
that.
don't remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It happened. It did.
It
I can't
happened.
remember.
It wasn't rose seeds I gave you to try to germinate your own.
No.
No,
You
this
gave
was
it
a whole
yeah.
scam that we talked about. It was something that was happening.
Did somebody send them to me for free or something?
Yes.
This was a whole thing. They were sending. There were these companies, not companies.
Oh, I
there was these
remember. Like
scammers.
from China, though.
Yes,
They were
yes.
sending out seeds, and it was a real thing. Like people were
Yeah.
like, "Why did I get these seeds in the mail? I never ordered them."
What's that real cheap website that Temu. It was kind of something like that.
Yeah.
It was something like that. And so I'm like all excited thinking, well, something's going to come up.
Yeah, we were like,
Nothing came up.
Well, have you noticed?
You're the one that said they're probably just sesame seeds, but go ahead and see what happens.
Have you? Tiger's probably noticed this rather than you because it might come up more on his feeds. But there's a lot of ads popping up on social media that'll show you throwing down some seeds. And these houses, the next, in a few months, are covered with roses. It's just not true. And there's other plants like that. It's showing peony seeds.
yeah,
These huge tree peonies come from just putting these out.
yeah.
Tells you not to plant too many because neighbors will come over all the time to look at them.
I love it.
So
The only thing it's so funny is obviously we all deal with invasive plants, but morning glory. I put
Right.
the regular blue morning
Right.
glory. We have this property that we maintain, and the customer's like, "Hey, can you kill this morning glory for us?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." We grab some very strong herbicide.
right.
We spray it. The next day, come out, it's dead. All right, it's good to go. 2 weeks later, it's coming right back again. And so
What was it?
morning glory.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't know, because the spray that we used was a topical spray that should go into the root system and kill it all. It just keeps coming back. I don't know what.
Were you using glyphosate though?
Yeah,
Because glyphosate should do it.
right.
You have
I
to
know.
use it at the brush killer, right?
Oh, I'm about to just
Pour
pour
it
it
straight.
directly onto it. I don't know what the deal with it. I think what it is we spray it, because the other thing is that these products have to be absorbed through the foliage.
Yeah.
Right.
So I spray the foliage, and I think it kills it all back. But I feel like the root system
It's
is
not
so,
getting deep. It's not getting to the root.
Well, it's getting to the root of that particular area, but I don't think it's getting to the root of the whole plant. So what happens is by the time it gets deep into the plant, it's not deep enough, and so then it comes back because it
Morning
should.
glories are so pretty.
Oh, until they take over a house like what you're
Right.
describing.
Yeah, yeah. I used to think cat's claw was pretty.
Really pretty too.
You had cat's claw in your old house.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
On the wall.
I told you the only way I could solve my problem there was
To move.
Yeah. Cat's
So-
claw is the most invasive thing I've ever seen.
There was another question that went along with the seed question, and it was planting them. But then he also asked, was it zucchini, and a rule of thumb of how many to plant? What? Do you
Oh, I
remember?
didn't see that.
There was a second part of his question that I don't think we answered.
Well, we answered all of John's question. We had a comment from Colleen that she bought Sun Gold tomatoes and has peppers growing.
That is hilarious.
That's
So
beautiful.
Did she buy the tomato plants? I want to know, Colleen, did you buy tomato plants and now you got
Or the actual
peppers?
seed with a
Yeah,
picture on it.
because
Well,
if
she
you
said
bought-
she bought it sounded like she bought a plant, but yeah, if it was a plant, you should be able to
You
tell.
should have known that when you were buying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is take a picture ID with Google, and it'll identify.
Oh yeah, yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says the label was a sticker on the pot, so she just looked at the label. So it was just mistagged.
Carla has a couple roses that are mislabeled. So frustrating.
Oh, there are so many roses that end up being, especially certain companies.
Right.
There's one rose company, I won't even mention them on air, but I would never buy a rose from them again because it took years to get the plants and then they were mislabeled.
And if it's a tree or shrub, John buys a lot of plants online, and they're trees, beautiful trees that you're gonna.
That's where my avocados came
We're talking about
from.
this avocados,
Right.
You're not gonna know if that's the
Real avocado, yeah,
for
if that's a
4 or
variety
5
that you buy.
years, if not
Right.
longer.
That's how you need to, or that's why you need to buy from reputable sources.
Yeah.
And, I think the avocados that I got, a couple came from members of the rare fruit growers.
We're going to take a break.
And they did their own grafting. So I think they might be right.
You're suggesting do not buy seeds from Fly By Night Seed Company.
I want to know what a fly-by-night seed company is.
All right, we're going to take a break for our friends on Biz Talk Radio Facebook Live. We're coming back with 1, 2, 3 more segments here, broadcasting live from Mission Hills Nursery, Garden America on your weekend, or whenever you're listening back after. Okay, we didn't pick that up then, right? We didn't hear John's comment. Dana wants to know if cat's claw can give you cat scratch fever. I think it can, and that's one reason why it's invasive.
I think she's just being silly.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
You know why? Because she used to work on a wacky morning show.
And welcome back to Garden America
Oh,
Radio.
yeah, thank you. If you're just joining us, you're like, wait, what is this? What's going on? Yeah, this is Garden America Radio. We do drift off into music now and then.
Yeah. Garden America Radio and music.
Tiger, you're also our pepper expert.
Definitely.
And Sue wants to
You can
know
eat 'em.
why her jalapeno plant has both regular shaped peppers.
Like bell peppers, I wonder, Sue?
No, I think she's talking about regular shaped jalapenos.
Okay.
And round peppers.
And
And she says, and some are mild and some are hot on the same plant.
okay.
Whoa.
How
How about that coming off the same plant?
off the same plant?
Yeah.
Are you sure, Sue? Because sometimes like what we just talk
Are you pulling Tiger's leg?
because sometimes like what we talk about a seed, a grower will put 2 seeds in one hole to make sure that they get, growth.
And if you buy a plant, you could have two in there.
And you don't realize that there's 2 plants
Right.
in one.
Yeah,
And there
I
are
think-
round
I think
pepper
that's
seeds.
Oh yeah, I mean, round-ish peppers that are hot could be a habanero. There's a lot there's a lot.
Well, not a
of other varieties.
habanero because she said some were mild.
Well, but she might be eating the jalapeno, which is mild
Oh.
compared
to the hot.
habanero.
Yeah.
So I mean, number one, I mean, you might have two plants coming out of the same, general area of the middle. If they're coming off of the same plant, you have a branch that's producing a regular jalapeno and a branch that is producing a rounded one. That sometimes, environmentally, peppers and tomatoes will come out a little bit different from each other because they things happen during the germination or not the fruit growing period. But in general too, you can have jalapenos off the same plant that are not always the consistent heat, meaning some of the jalapenos when you harvest it could be really hot,
Right.
like really hot, and then the same plant can yield one that's a little bit more mild. That is the beauty of, I think, all peppers. It all depends on when you harvest it, and good luck on the heat of them.
Well, Brian, like you say, it's all about the Scoville units.
I'm into Scoville.
Yeah.
So what is the hottest pepper right now? The Carolina
Carolina
Reaper?
Reaper.
Is it still? Because I know they keep trying to, increase the heat with different varieties.
Yeah, I think there might be
One
There-
more.
I
that's-
think, yeah. But that's just being silly.
yeah, I mean, it's unedible.
Have you seen these pepper eating contests?
Yes.
Where the people on a panel?
Yes.
And they keep increasing, the
Yeah.
pepper each time.
Steve Gatto used to do that on
Yeah.
pepper
And
tasting.
he did. He could eat a lot of hot, right?
Yeah, I remember at Euro American, we had an event there, and he had set up the peppers from mild to hot.
Yes. You know what? I took Eric to that when he was little.
Really?
To one of those, yes.
And one of the employees there said nothing was too hot for her. And she started on the peppers. Well, first she started in the middle because
Okay.
she said,
She's just like, I'm not even going to do
Yeah.
these
Right.
low bell peppers.
and she kept
Banana
going, and she
peppers.
went to the end. And I said, I can't believe you did it. I said, you don't think that's too hot? She goes, no, it's fine. And I'm not exaggerating. 5 minutes later, I
throwing up.
saw her vomiting into a barrel.
Oh goodness, so bad.
I think, what is your theory on,
I mean, if it's hot going down, coming up, it could be hot too,
Are
right?
you kidding me?
so
All around.
so I think the being able to withstand peppers and heat like that has to be in your DNA.
Oh, there's a lot of attributes.
I think you're just cut out to take the heat because I trust me, I couldn't get past 2 or 3 if I'm
Yeah.
starting from the beginning. I don't like a lot of heat.
I really do just think it, like you say, it's in your DNA because it's all a matter of your taste buds, your ability,
And your body to accept it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I would never claim to. No, I know my limits. I know my limits.
Our resident landscaper here is a question for you, Tiger. John says that he had to remove some Boston ivy that was covering a wall. He had to repair a gate. So he was wondering if there's something better to cover the wall and what you would recommend. It's a 6-foot stucco wall on both sides. Is there something evergreen and fast growing?
So I mean, we do get this question a lot.
Yeah,
But
and
the
there's a difference between fast growing and invasive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I also feel like the biggest thing is Boston ivy, Ficus repens, they attach themselves to the wall.
Right.
Okay. So they are fast growing, but they are also self-sufficient in that way where you could get morning glory, clock vine,
What about
red
star
trumpet vine.
jasmine? That would do 6
jasmine,
foot.
but you have to give them something
So you need a trellis.
to
To
attach.
grab onto.
And not even a trellis, but like a structure. Sometimes just putting screws in the wall and then putting a few wires are enough.
Oh,
So you have two different plants that it's hard to compare them to each other because, as we talked about, these other plants like star jasmine, it's fast growing.
Right.
It will cover a wall beautifully,
yeah.
but it needs a structure where, like we say with the ivy, it'll just grow by itself up the wall. Star jasmine won't do that. So-
Primrose jasmine would be even faster, right?
primrose?
Yeah.
Is that which one's that one?
That pink jasmine?
Super fast.
Not primrose. I meant pink
Pink, yeah.
jasmine.
Super fast growing, right?
Yeah.
I like the
That-
star jasmine though better because when it blooms and flowers, it's a little bit longer period of time. Pink jasmine is just so beautiful and gorgeous and dramatic.
Yeah.
But then it's
for
like,
about 4 weeks.
exactly. So, I mean, so I hope that clarified it, because, you know, a lot of people do look for something that will attach to the wall. And I mean, do you know of anything else? You know, ivy.
Cat's claw.
Cat's claw.
No, you definitely.
What is that ability that it just stick? Is there sticky? Is it stick? How
The,
does
the tendrils have like suckers.
suckers?
that
Yeah.
They actually, like Tiger said, grow into the wall. And in old homes back east, you can see that the ivy's actually pulled bricks out of the house.
Yes. Yeah, it'll like into the mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because like that mortar and those bricks get damp,
Right.
so the roots grow into the brick and mortar.
That sounds like a group on tour, the Into the Mortar tour. The
Brick
heavy
and mortar.
metal band. Into
Brick
the
and
mortar.
mortar sounds like a country band.
Brick and mortar, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
That's funny.
Kevin said that he got scammed ordering some of the tea seeds after I endorsed the miracle tea that keeps you healthy. He said
Ashagawa?
No,
What is it?
you're thinking of ashwagandha, but it's ashitaba.
Oh.
And
It's one of those ashis.
Kevin did good though. He said he thinks it was called Angelica something, and it
See?
is a type of Angelica,
Yeah.
Angelica casque, and Coeur d'Alene would be a perfect area to grow it. But if you're trying to grow it from seed, the seeds have to be, what are the two words, Tiger? Stratified?
Oh, it's
Scarified. And
Yeah,
They have to be both,
No,
we got-
okay.
but they do need to be stratified,
which is
Break
the cold.
time.
which is the cold treatment.
Yeah.
break time. Sorry, got to keep us on
All right.
on time for the network. Biz Talk Radio. Back. Okay, we are back. We have two more segments. This segment right here is the longer of the two. This is over 10 minutes, plenty of time. And then our final segment after this segment right here, as we continue broadcasting live. If you're just joining us, Mission Hills Nursery. And it is summertime, but we're, I guess, close enough to the coast where the marine layer will probably break up around 11 o'clock. Is that about right around here?
Probably around that.
11 o'clock or noon. So we are enjoying the overcast weather here. John, you're
We have a lot of marine layer up at Camp Pendleton.
absolutely
Hey,
layers of marines.
finishing up with Kevin's talk
Yes.
on the ashitaba.
Angelica.
Yeah, the Angelica casque, since it does need to be stratified, Kevin, if you plant the seeds, if you would mark that area and just leave them in the ground, because they won't come up till the next year.
Yeah, where he lives.
Right, where he lives. So after they've gone through the winter, they should be okay.
But for us, you
well,
would
they
have
just
to.
yeah, they really don't grow well here because now maybe on the coast they would. They need cool conditions
just in general. They
in
don't
general.
like heat.
Right in Fallbrook, it's too hot.
Too hot.
They would do well here till 11 o'clock.
Yeah. And then they would just put.
But they would have to be stratified, like Tiger's saying,
Yeah.
before they would grow. Or you can buy plants. Try to
Now,
order plants online.
Now, you know, because this comes up in buying plants, as far as if it's a seed, can you think that that seed producer, the grower, grew it in a region that it wouldn't need to be stratified? Like, for instance, like we talk about like tulip bulbs, they need to be cold, right? A lot of growers, they're what called pre-chilled, where they sell them to you and they're ready to plant.
Right.
So seeds are not like that. You have to chill them.
You can buy pre-chilled seeds.
Seeds you can also.
Right, and there is someone online that says they've been pre-chilled, and maybe that's what Kevin bought,
Okay.
and then they didn't germinate.
Yeah.
But ashitaba is, what's that current craze? Matcha?
Seed or tea.
Yeah, that they're running out of now, right?
Yeah.
And it's a internet craze, but because of that, the seeds were hard to get, the plants were hard to get. Tea bags went from, I think I used to pay like $11 a box of 30, you know, and now they're up to $70.
Oh wow.
Gosh.
So
Okay.
so that happens when something gets on the internet. I heard today that the latest craze was Dubai chocolate.
Oh, that's been a craze for a while.
Has it?
Have you had it?
No.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
What's the difference? What does it taste like?
The biggest difference is that number one, there's pistachio, so
Oh.
meaning that flavor,
Right.
you know, is different. And then there's a product, I forget what they call it, but it's a crispy kind of filling,
Like a Rice Krispie?
like a rice, not like a Rice Krispie, but it's stringy crispy, and I forget what they call it, but those two are what make it, the Dubai. Very expensive.
Yeah, I think when you want chocolate, you want
Belgium, Swiss.
all that stuff.
Right? That's stick to the tried and true.
Yeah.
But I mean, my wife and Isaac love it. They make their own, and they love it. Where I'm like,
We're having problems with levels. Are you watching the levels? John says, Tiger, that you need to either speak up or hold the mic closer.
I keep moving around.
Do you?
I keep moving around, so it's definitely on.
And we're outside too, so.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll be better.
Is that your mic there?
Yeah.
How about that?
Did you push that down?
No.
You did one time when I wasn't looking, didn't you?
Don't argue in front of our listeners and our viewers.
You were just like, be quiet.
Don't air our dirty laundry.
John said that the ivy, his Boston ivy, goes dormant in the winter and wanted to know about evergreens. Well, everything we were talking about was evergreen.
Yeah,
and there are evergreen ivies too.
Yeah,
but they're all going to do the same thing.
Yeah, attach.
Yeah.
Which it's funny.
I like your idea of the screws or the nails or something. I'm running wires in between.
Yeah, because your reaction was like, really?
Yeah.
I can tell you like that. You've been thinking about that since he said that.
Well, and it's funny John mentioned the going dormant, because that's we talk about invasive, fast-growing plants, and that's the luxury sometimes of living in areas where things do die.
Right.
Is because you have a reset button everywhere.
Yes, true.
Right.
Yes.
Boston ivy here does go dormant, but it goes dormant to the point where it just doesn't look good. Not so much like a real dormancy.
Well, it does lose most of its leaves, right?
Yeah, but it's just kind of like ugly looking on it. It looks like a weed is growing on your wall. Where there, it actually looks dormant and nice for a period of time. Yeah. Any other questions?
Well, Dana's sticking up for you. She said you sound fine.
Dana's got my back today. I like Dana today.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a different device that they listen to us on.
That is true.
And so, it's hard to synchronize everybody.
Yeah. You getting cramped from holding your mic? Carla's concerned about you.
Me?
All of us.
No, it's just all chilly. I'm just like, got
That's
my
why I
arm-
brought a long sleeve shirt
And I've got one in the car too. I didn't think I'd need it. Well, never mind. I'm thinking about technically if we can. I've got an idea.
Brian's got levels.
If we can
mind.
put a limiter on this.
Carla wants to know about a good alternative for peat moss to if you're planting camellias in a pot.
Would core be the same? Because
it wouldn't be the
core
same
doesn't have
acid.
the same pH.
Yeah. You could buy an acid mix.
Yeah.
Which rather than using straight peat moss. I don't think I would use straight peat moss anyway. Wouldn't you rather mix it with something?
Yeah. Peat moss is just it's way too.
So if you go to your garden center, local garden center, Carla, you should be able to buy any kind of acid soil mix.
Yeah.
They usually say camellias and azaleas.
Usually
throw some rhododendrons too, right? Even though we can't grow them very well.
I love it. It says it. I mean, we talk about gardening. It's like they always market the most. Tomato and rose. They put that on every package of every product out there in the nursery because that's the
two most popular.
Yeah. So the fact they put rhododendrons, I'm like, where are rhododendrons popular? Because they're not popular here.
No.
And even on the East Coast, I feel they're not that popular.
They're pretty popular on the East Coast.
So do you think
and especially the Pacific Northwest, there's rhododendrons everywhere. Yeah.
But enough to be putting them on packages of everything?
Oh, yeah, more so than azaleas.
Okay.
Azaleas don't really do well in, I guess I should say that in some areas, the rhododendrons are a little hardier than azaleas.
I will say, though, you do have to, in what John mentioned right now, go to a garden center for your acid mix, because I had a customer who we're doing some work for, and I said, hey, we need some more, acid mix soil for your azalea. I think we're planting azaleas. And he's like, okay. And he goes to Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. And he's like, hey, there's nothing here that's like an acid mix. And I'm like, really? They don't have a bag of planting mix that is geared towards azaleas, hydrangeas, rhododendrons, camellias? And he said, no, not at all. I was like, that's kind of shocking to me. I thought that was kind of like a standard.
Yeah. Well, she said she's having trouble finding it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's easy to take what she's been doing is taking regular potting soil and mixing it with peat moss.
Yeah. I mean
that's fine.
That's great. Yeah, exactly. What else? There's also fertilizers that they use to change the pH.
Well,
right?
anything with sulfur in it.
Okay. So that's another.
If you want organic cottonseed meal.
Cottonseed meal. That's what I was trying to think.
I don't know if those are permanent, though, if you want that. I mean, you can fertilize with those, and you should fertilize with those products.
To keep
But the
pH.
base of the growing medium should be acidic.
Yeah. That's going to make a big difference for the long term.
And you can add some things like, rather than plain sulfur, you can use iron sulfate.
I do see a big change in my gardenias when I do fertilize. They will over time kind of fade a bit, and then the minute that I use an actual acid fertilizer on them, it's a huge change. It's a big change. So, like you say, you do need to use it. It's not a forever thing.
In Southern California, the soils are usually very alkaline, so you need that acid mix. But in parts of the Northwest and back east, they have acid soils, so they do just fine. And some plants, they actually have to add lime.
They have to take it to decrease it.
Increase it.
Oh, increase. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Increase the pH,
Yeah. So, but so if she's having trouble finding it, and the only thing I would be careful with in a potting mix, because she said planting or potting, like is she putting these in the ground or in pots?
In pots.
So with a potting soil with the peat is get a premium potting soil, because if you buy the less expensive, there's a lot of sawdust. They use it as a filler. They use it as a filler. And I think you'd be better using a premium potting soil.
Kevin pointed out, you're talking about they always include rhododendrons.
Yeah.
He says in Coeur d'Alene, it's rhododendron, azalea, and dogwood soil.
Oh, that's true, right?
Okay, we're going to take a break. We've got one more segment coming up after this as we close things out. Garden America broadcasting live from Mission Hills Nursery. Going to take a break for our friends and these messages. Thank you to Fertilome, our major sponsor. Back with Biz Talk Radio, more messages, and back to Mission Hills Nursery after this. Okay, we've made it. The last furlong, the last segment of this broadcast from Mission Hills Nursery, Garden America. We're still on.
I was going to say, not to jinx it.
We're still on.
But I think this is the first complete show in a pretty long time.
No, it just goes to show and Tiger getting most of the credit. We have worked on trying to figure out these bugs. There's so many different ways to hook up. We're actually line of sight with good Wi-Fi. We have strong Wi-Fi. Back at the studio, it was always very temperamental. If I took my phone and moved it 6 inches one way, I had no connection.
Well, practice makes perfect. What about if we started doing a daily show?
Goodness gracious.
There's already a show called The Daily Show, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't think it's as popular as it used to be.
Yeah.
But, and we've been changing things to do things differently. So that way in the future, it will be better.
It'll be better. And now next week, we're going to be at John's place, right? We decided?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Carla mentioned something, and she she didn't put specifically what she was using, but she said she used sulfur in the form of hydrangea bluing additive.
Oh,
and I wanted to make sure that it was sulfur, but usually if you have a hydrangea acidifier, the product is aluminum sulfate. And Carla, aluminum is poisonous to plants. There's no reason to ever use aluminum sulfate on anything, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what your thoughts are, Tiger, but
why do they advertise it as the bluing then?
What?
The bluing.
Well, because it does acidify.
Right.
But our soils are already full of aluminum, and you're adding more, and it's detrimental to plants. Now,
and that's
in hydrangeas, the aluminum ion. Let's see how I do this. Okay, the aluminum ion does help to change the color of the
flower. Yeah, and pink to blue. That's what you're looking at.
Right. But the aluminum already being in the soil, if you acidify the soil, it releases the aluminum that's already there.
Gotcha.
So you don't want to add more, is the point.
The biggest thing is like what you're saying. It's not necessarily that, I mean, by adding too much aluminum, it's very bad for the plant and very bad for the soil.
Right.
All you need to do is adjust the pH to the soil to make that available.
Right.
And you'll be getting just the same results.
Right. Now I'm thinking in a pot, there may not be the aluminum that there would be in soil, so you might be okay. It might not hurt.
Yeah. But in the ground,
I did want to let people know, just in general, it's not good to add to the ground.
Yeah. So in the ground, though, just getting like for instance, if you have a blue azalea and you want to change it to pink, you change the pH and then it'll go away. But if you want to create a pink or a blue azalea out of a pink one, then you make the soil more acidic. Is that what you said?
Right. If it's blue to begin with, you can't. A blue hydrangea will turn pink in alkaline soil.
Right.
But a pink hydrangea is always pink.
Always okay.
It won't turn blue in acidic soil.
Oh.
There's different varieties. There's pink varieties.
And then whites are just white.
And whites are just white.
No changing those ones. Yeah.
Now, some of the new whites have greens in them, too.
Yeah, different variations. And there's a lot of hydrangeas also that have all kinds of crazy color combinations. Now, there's the pink and white and pink and
Isn't
green.
there one called Kaleidoscope?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I love hydrangeas. I also wanted to thank Carla for sending me a nice note about the articles in the newsletter. She really liked.
Yeah, they're very well thought out, and if you can read, they're educational.
Even if you don't read, you can just have the phone or tablet or whatever, just dictate it to you.
Exactly.
Well, now with the cartoons, you can just look at the pictures
and know what's going on.
Exactly.
Some people mentioned during the week that they found the Garden America radio show Instagram site, and they said that it was great. They could look at all the cartoons right there.
So we have to promote Instagram a little bit more.
Yeah, we just started there. I think there's a total of 6 people that
already 6 already.
I think so, a half a dozen. But anyway, it's kind of fun. Honestly, I still don't get Instagram. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does.
It's just another place to get your social media.
Hey, Bill and Elaine and here in San Diego. Elaine is the president of the San Diego Dahlia Society, and both of them are top-notch rose growers.
You mentioned this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and Bill, and they win trophies and shows all the time, and Bill likes all kinds of plants, collects succulents and things. But anyway, he gave me a micro mini rose called Wee. And yes, I did get it, Bill.
That's very appropriately
just
named.
W-E?
No.
W-E-E?
No. O-U-I.
O-U-I, French.
Oh.
See, French.
And because the world's smallest rose is called C, S-I.
So this is Wee.
And this one, Paul Barton, who bred the rose, thought he was being clever and called this one Wee. But the reason Bill was asking the question was he said, I gave it to someone to give to you, and I was worried he might keep it for himself. So, no, the person you gave it to, Bill, did not keep it, and he was very nice to give that to me. And I appreciate it.
Are you sure they gave you the correct one?
Oh, yeah.
This might be something they I'm going to swap this one out for one of my micro mini ones.
If you saw it, you would know. It was the size of a quarter.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
Yeah, well, it was just grown from a cutting. Maybe I'll, we're at my house next week.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
I'll bring it out and we can take a look at it.
We got 1 minute.
All right.
One minute. Yeah, how about that, huh?
We went through a whole show. Well done, guys.
A few little speed bumps or glitches,
audio.
But we continue to iron it out, and we appreciate you hanging in there. Seriously, Tiger did a good job this week researching. So several ways to do this. We think we've narrowed it down to maybe 1 or 2 of the best ways to do it in terms of the audio, the video, and so on and so forth.
Sounds fun.
All right, so have yourself a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to read the newsletter. Be sure to subscribe to the newsletter. Go to gardenamerica.com. And thank you so much. This show will be on YouTube later on this afternoon. For the entire crew, I'm Brian Main, and that would be the crew, of course, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. Thank you to Stephanie at Biz Talk Radio. Thank you to our webmaster, Daniel, and everybody concerned with Garden America. Take care. Have a great week and be safe. We'll catch you next week at John Bagnasco's house.